Do you live in a world filled with corporate data? Are you plagued by siloed departments? Are your lackluster growth strategies demolishing your chances for success? Are you held captive by the evil menace, Lord Lack? Lack of time, lack of strategy, and lack of the most important and powerful tool in your superhero tool belt, knowledge. Never fear, Hub Heroes. Get ready to don your cape and mask, move into action, and become the Hub Hero your organization needs. Tune in each week to join the League of Extraordinary Inbound Heroes as we help you educate, empower, and execute. Hub Heroes, it's time to unite and activate your powers.
Oh, you'd think I'd know our intro after 100 and plus some. Anyway.
I really thought you'd understand, George.
Yeah. Will you be understanding? Okay, so this is the episode of the Hub Heroes, the Hub Heroes, but we'll never be that. We'll always be the Hub Heroes. Listen, today we're going to have a honest, authentic, transparent, unique. Oh, well, that kind of fits in there. But it doesn't sound understated conversation about a decision that the powers that be made around an event that we all love, an event that we've talked about on this podcast before. The artist formerly known as Inbound. Guys, have you had any conversations since the name changed and had to like catch yourself and be like, I mean, Unbound, like, have you? No, is it just me? Yeah, Chad. Yes.
I mean, I've just, we were just talking about going to the conference recently with one of my coworkers who does HubSpot stuff. So yeah, I was like, oops, nope, Unbound. Or like, I think I had to tell her she didn't know yet.
I won't be word policed. It's Inbound until I die.
Oh, well, it is and it isn't. I mean, so here's the thing. If you don't know, Inbound is no longer Inbound. It is Unbound from here on out. By the way, when you go to the website, it's literally Unbound and then TM. So they've trademarked this. Now I'm gonna put a flag in that for a second. We'll come back to that. But I do want to kind of hear your statements or thoughts around, like, let's do this. Let's go when you first heard it, right? Gut response. That's what we're going to go first with. Like, when you first heard Inbound is now Unbound, what was your knee-jerk gut response?
What my knee-jerk was, It was mostly noises. It was like noises. Yeah.
It's like all the vowels mixed together.
How many inbounds have we done now?
Like how long has it been named Inbound?
How many years?
15 years. Yeah.
It's a good run.
That's a good run. Yeah.
It's a good run.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand their desire to evolve.
Yeah. We're not there yet. Hang on. Chad, what was your first knee-jerk kind of gut response?
I think I have a little bit less attachment. I mean, I've only been going to Inbound for like 5 years, so I did a little bit less attachment to the name, but I was like, new branding. Okay. I mean, like, for me, a lot of times it's, what you do there is what you make of it. You can have a great experience or poor experience because of what you do there. And so I felt like, it's a new branding, new name. Unbound is kind of interesting, but that's about how I felt about it. Like, I wasn't in deep turmoil or anything.
Yeah. It's interesting because, by the way, you just mentioned the word brand. I'm going to put a stake in that. We'll come back to that as well. New branding, you mentioned. I mentioned trademark and putting a stake. So I want people to start wrapping their head around these words that I'm saying we're going to put a stake in as far as trademark and new branding and things like that. When I heard it, I want to say there was a visceral response, like almost like a sick to my stomach, like, can this be true? And it's interesting, Chad, because you're like, I didn't have much attachment to it. Inbound is like, I'm very attached to Inbound. In 2016, when I first spoke there, like I laid my heart out to the world of like, this is who I am. This is why I love HubSpot. Like, this is how the ecosystem has impacted me from this guy to this guy. And, spoken there every year since 2016, spoken multiple times on certain years, done the after hours show. And so like, but if I boiled it down to one word, to be honest with everybody, it was confused. My knee-jerk response was like, what? Why? Like that's kind of where I sat in, which I think maybe translates to Max's noises, like not knowing like what brain, how do I unpack this? So once you got past the knee-jerk response and you started to dig into the story being told, now Max or Chad, where did your brain go, or where is your brain now around this idea of it being unbound versus inbound?
I mean, I don't necessarily think I know the entire story other than the narrative that I've kind of seen develop over, the past couple of years. I mean, we kind of first saw it with Loop. We saw it with, HubSpot transitioning into, being the, I don't know, what are we now? An agentic customer platform.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forget if we had,
smart CRM. Something.
I've been and them, starting to do things where, like, I mean, you just remember like for years and years and years how we're always like, well, the last thing you should ever do is import a list of contacts that didn't know they wanted to reach out to you, to then all of a sudden doing all this like prospecting stuff and like buying Clearbit and like, having all this enrichment stuff in there and everything. And like, I think you've kind of seen them kind of quietly move away from this like strategy that I think like made him special in the first place, right? So in a way it kind of doesn't surprise me. And like I think my big assumption is that they're trying to like get away from like, oh, inbound is our one trick pony strategy, which like I think is, I'm like very conflicted on, because like at the end of the day you like inbound as a strategy is still what you end up doing. No matter if you're looping, if you're enriching, if you're scooping, like whatever it is, like at the end of, no matter how you can't, no matter how much AI you deploy in this entire thing, at the end of the day, what is physically happening? Well, you're creating a bunch of content that people are finding and they're coming to you. They're inbound to you. Like that's still what's happening, right? And like I just get, I feel weird because I feel like there's this like sense of like, oh, we got to get away from it because like there are still so many people that just thought all inbound was take ebook, put behind landing page, when that was like never what it really was. Never what it really was. Right. Yeah.
It was about being a magnet, being an attractor. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just I wish they doubled down on it instead of like feeling like, oh, it's something we got to get away from.
Right.
And to me, I think my initial gut reaction was like, oh, changing the name of inbound to unbound means like, oh, we're unbound from the chains of the past that held us down for so long. Like,
oh, wow.
It's like,
dang.
What do you mean? Like inbound is still a thing. There's only two ways. There's inbound and outbound. There's no sidebound. There's no, all the other different bounds people
they
kind
have
of came up with.
Southbound, I'm pretty sure. That's a conference.
Saw it when they kind of pushed that all bound thing. Like I think was also like a a little bit. Hey guys, see, we're not just inbound guys anymore. It's like I don't know, dude.
I remember when we talked about all bound on the podcast episodes. You lost your everlasting mind.
I was like, what a pointless thing to call this thing. It's so silly.
God.
The all bound timeline. It's like, oh, you mean the timeline just horizontal and you have to scroll through it? What? Like it's just I don't know, dude.
So Chad, I'm coming to you next to kind of get where you're at now. But Max, there is an article, and anybody out there listening or watching, if they don't know, there is an article. It's Inbound is Now Unbound, why we're evolving the event. So when I talk about the story, it's like, have you taken the time to go, kind of check out this story of what that's being told, like why they're doing this. There's a video on there as well. They talk about what Inbound built, kind of a new era of growth, and then they get into why Unbound. And I just want to go with this, like Unbound signals more than a name change or a conference. It reflects how modern growth leaders actually think across teams, channels, and the entire customer journey. The connection to Inbound is intentional. One letter changed reflects 15 years of learning and iteration. The foundation was strong, and now we're extending what Inbound started. Unbound is not a methodology. Unbound is a mindset, right? So now remember, like the Inbound methodology, that's where we started. It was back in the Mark Killens, Chris LaDolce, Sarah Bedrick days, Academy. Inbound methodology, a way that you do it. So what they're saying is the event, or Unbound, is all about a mindset or a set of mindsets. So check out that article. We'll make sure there's a link in the show notes to this episode if you're listening to this and you haven't checked out that article yet. But Chad, where are you at right now with the whole change?
Yeah. I checked out the video on release notes day and, watched it. And I think I understand where they're coming from. I understand too that the features that have been being added in the platform, are enabling additional use cases beyond, simply inbound marketing, but they all ultimately will serve an inbound methodology, right? At the end of the day, you need to be helpful and useful to everybody that you're serving, your customers, the community, your industry. You want to be known in those places, and everything that HubSpot has helps you do that, right?
Let's put a stake in known. Trademarked, yes. New branding, known. Yeah. Let's put a stake in that one. Keep going, Chad. Keep going.
You're making me hungry, George, with all this talk about steak.
Wrong steak, brother. Wrong steak.
Oh, sorry. Oops. But yeah, Whoopsie. I think I think that, changing the letter of the conference, when I read through the why we're Unbound, I think I understand where they're coming from. I understand that they had to go beyond as well, just features that only serve the inbound methodology as well. I'm very obviously a feature focused person, and I think about product and how people use the tools that are in the system a lot. And when I think about that, you think about buyers, people buying HubSpot, and they're going to be checking off a checklist or a product comparison matrix or something that they build, and validating whether or not this thing can check the boxes. They're not HubSpot loyalists. They're looking for software for their system. And I understand as a HubSpot loyalist, that, I bleed orange, right? I feel how important that inbound was to the growth of HubSpot originally. But by the same token, as a company selling a SaaS product, you got to make sure that when people are doing their comparisons stack up, even if it's literally stuff that people might not use that much. But it has to be in there, because they're going to be oh, well, we'll get a bad, people will get a bad score in a comparison matrix. And that's how a lot of companies evaluate products, right? So I totally understand too some of the features that have been added. I don't necessarily, does it jive with certain things? Well, sometimes people going to be using that, sometimes they're not going to be using that, they're there. I think they exist for the use cases so that they can check the boxes a lot of times. But yeah, I definitely understand why they're doing what they're doing. And again, for me, anything is what you make of it. A conference is what you make of it. HubSpot is what you make of it, right? And
home of what you make it.
Home of where you make it.
Home of where you make it.
Listen, there's part of me that wants to be that old guy, get off my lawn. Like part of me wants to be that guy
right now.
But I can't be that guy. But let me talk through a couple of things here. One, I'm super excited with the change. And by the way, I literally have written an article on Sidekick Strategies already, 7 Unbound 2026 tips from a 13-year veteran, plus a free survival guide. So we've created an Unbound survival guide, and we've created an article around some tips that you might think about if you're new to Unbound, okay? You've never been to Inbound. It's your first year. Maybe it's your first year of Unbound, second year of Inbound/Unbound. Anyway, get the survival guide, get the article. But let me talk through a couple things. One, I remember when there was a couple years where it was like this thing of like, well, it's not a HubSpot event. It like Inbound is Inbound. And now you go to the Unbound 26 page, and literally it says HubSpot's annual event for modern go-to-market leaders. So, okay, so now Inbound is a HubSpot event. Okay, cool, sweet. Also, by the way, if you're curious, it's September 16th through the 18th, 2026, Boston, Massachusetts. Hopefully I see you there if you're going. Here's the other thing. Chad, you mentioned orange. Orange is a side color on unbound.hubspot.com, by the way. Like now it's more of like the purple and the pink and the orange is like and we have this section where we talk about Inbound is now Unbound, and that's orange. And so we're almost like we're departing from, which, by the way, is not surprising because if you've looked at the platform, don't get Max started. They kind of went away from certain brand colors in the platform. But even on Unbound, we're going away from kind of that like bleeding orange. I might have to repaint my office purple and pink.
I want to know, there's not enough gray in here. I see some flat gray. Where's the flat gray?
The Max Grinch.
It's too colorful and happy and floral. Where's the flat gray?
Here we go.
Hey, the Favicon's still orange though.
Yes, it is. So like part of me is like trying to fight this, get off my lawn. I'm gonna miss what it was, but Chad, I think you said something that was very interesting to me is like at the very beginning, you're like, the name doesn't make the event. Yeah. Like you make the event. The event makes the event. Like it could be called anything bound if you wanted to.
Purple Elephant like, Sky event. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be whatever. And that's the thing. I think that it has to be understood that it's going to be an amazing event. They're going to do a great job. Courtney and team always has done amazing in the years. They'll continue to do amazing in the future. And they're coming up with new kind of bold ways to do this. So like the exchanges, new name, kind of new thing, same thing, but new thing in new directions. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things I talk about in the article that we wrote is this idea of being a transition specialist, being able to pivot, being able to see what's happening in the world and actually navigate in that direction. And so for that, I give them kudos because this is a big undertaking. Like, by the way, one of the things you see if you go to their blog, it's like Unbound, and then you see Inbound. We surveyed the Inbound community about 2026. Here's what they want. Should the team go through and change everywhere historically in that blog where it was Inbound to Unbound? We'll put a stake in that. We'll talk about that later. By the way, if you go to Sidekick Strategies, anywhere historically that we talked about Inbound, that it made sense, it is now Unbound, even though it was Inbound historically. So should you, from an SEO perspective, just try to rank for this new name, Unbound? Oh, put a stick in that. We'll talk about that later.
You're rewriting history, George.
Max, we're rewriting history.
Take Max, it to the Ministry of Truth.
What are your thoughts? Like, because I know I just unpacked a lot about kind of stay off my lawn and like understanding and thinking they'll do a good job or understanding they'll do a good job. Where's your brain in the conversation right now?
I'm very aware that I'm being a curmudgeon. I'm in my grieving period. I need to grieve.
Yes.
I have not entered the acceptance stage yet, but I know I will.
Okay.
I will say,
yeah,
like Unbound works.
Oh, it does.
I think it's a beautiful name. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it, like, you know, in a time where they want to kind of like revitalize the event itself and you know, usher it into a new era. I think there's probably nothing else they could have called it. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think it makes complete sense. Like, there's even, I'm like looking at their FAQ on their site where they're just saying like, wait, are you really just changing one letter? And they go, yes. And it's intentional. The phonetic bridge back to inbound is by design to show that this is a continuation of what we've been doing, right?
Yes.
And so, like, if you're going to change, like, don't be wrong. Am I pissed the name changed? Sure. But that's just because I don't like change, right? I like my things. I'm going to be sad about it. Boo-hoo me, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't
my
take my
sales
inbound
workspace
away.
the way it was.
I'm going to do that. Like, you gotta, please don't cancel my ticket. You've got to give me some time to accept it, right? I've made this thing my whole entire personality for the past 10 years, right? So of course I'm going to be bent out of shape about it, probably more so than other people, right? That's fine. My opinion doesn't matter, right? What I will say, all of that emotional baggage out of the way, the Unbound logo is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's
the
fire.
way they did
Looks
the
great.
UN
It's
and
fire.
like the
It's
slash
fire.
and the, you know, like
I want
the
a hat.
branding around it. Like,
I want a hat with the un. I want a hat with the just the un on it.
An
the
un
UN,
hat.
dude. We're the United Nations of sales, marketing, and service,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
It's amazing, right? I mean, I think it's like, don't get me wrong, it's cool. I think it's exciting. It's great. I need to grieve. Let me grieve.
I needed a couple of days. Like, if you look at the timeline, it was probably 2 days before I sat down and like crafted an article and started to build a survival guide. But once I got past the like purposeful, I like that you're calling it a grieving period. Like, today we are laying to rest inbound. It has been a good friend.
Who would like to say a few words?
Who would like to say a few words about our friend inbound?
The staging of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I think I'm still in like. I'm between, like, I don't think I'll ever be bargaining because I can't change anything.
Right.
So maybe I'm in depression. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to call myself depressed. Maybe I'm still in denial. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. It's a big April Fool's joke that is like going all month long or something.
Oh God, imagine that, dude. That would be crazy.
Max is just going to show up and then he's going to read the logo on the badge and it's going to say Unbound. He's going to be like, oh no, it actually happened.
Yeah. So Chad, where's your, before I turn this ship and we talk about trademark branding and all the other steaks
And all
that
the
I
delicious
put in the ground.
steak,
With some potatoes and green beans and potentially get canceled from ever being able to go to the event again. Chad, where are your brains around this conversation before we head into that direction?
Yeah, I mean, I think the site looks good. I love the intentionality, like we've been talking about. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a good spot with it. It didn't take me as long to grieve. Like, it took Max a while to grieve Loop, the whole Loop marketing thing.
Yeah.
That grieving process was
17 episodes of trying to get Max.
Grieving
I think I'm still stuck in depression on that one. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm at accept yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There were times where I was dipping into accept it and then go way back to anger.
Yeah,
and
they didn't quite tie the bow. They didn't tie the bow back to inbound marketing.
It's still real to me, damn it!
At Unbound 2026, we need to get Kip Bodender and Max like a 30 to 45 minute chat
don't
session.
Put me in a room with him; he'll kill me.
We got to get like a Max and
you gonna put me in a room. You gonna put me in a room with Kit. I go, why is there a drain in the middle of the floor? What's going on here? It's like
today we lay our friend Max Cohen to rest.
Why did you close the door behind me? What's going on?
Yeah, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. I'm really, I'm excited for the event too. So I'm looking forward to coming in. Looking forward to seeing everybody doing the inboundy things that we all like to do, to hit sessions.
Are they the inboundy or unboundy?
Oh, the unboundy things. Yeah. The neural pathways have been formulated. It takes a while.
Right. Exactly. So again, we're recording this on a day that I don't know if I'm speaking yet. Haven't found out. They haven't released that yet. Maybe sometime this week or next week we might find that out. And I hope I do. But can I be the marketer in the room for a hot minute? Have either of you guys done a couple things? Have you gone to Google and searched Unbound or Unbound event yet?
Oh, I think I searched Unbound and a whole bunch of not HubSpot came up.
So if you search Unbound right now,
wow, Lord.
Unbound is a sponsored result, by the way. Unbound 2026, Unbound Gravel, Unbound Conference Bluebeam, which Unbound 2026. Good job on Bluebeam, by the way, getting right up in there immediately. Then it's Unbound 2026 by HubSpot, unbound.hubspot.com. It's Facebook and then Bluebeam again. Come on, community.bluebeam.com. Attend Unbound 2025. Notice, guys, attend Unbound 2025. So do you see what this organization did? I said this earlier.
Yeah.
And people are probably like, why would he rewrite history? They are ranking in the top 10 search results because they changed inbound to unbound on an article that was historically maybe doing pretty decent in 2025. Okay. Videos don't really have anything to do with it. Again, Unbound Gravel, unbound.org. Yes.
I Google Unbound and I don't have a single HubSpot or inbound related result on the entire
just
first page.
The word unbound.
Yeah. Now, if you do inbound event, what happens?
Inbound event or unbound event?
No, unbound. Well, first of all, just unbound.
Yeah, the word unbound event.
Unbound and then unbound event. Unbound event gets a little bit better, but still, like, are we sitting in a day where? Because by the way, I can say I care about SEO, but I don't care about SEO because I get a ton of referrals. Humbly, I'm saying that, by the way, but I still want to play the SEO game.
SEO is cringe. It's all AEO now. Come on.
Well, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. So have either of you guys gone to ChatGPT or Claude and done this? Because I did. Ready? Claude, what is Unbound? I don't have any information about Unbound in my memory or past conversations with you. It doesn't appear to be something we've discussed before. I'll stop there. So I said, what is Unbound event? Unbound is the new name for HubSpot's annual flagship conference, formerly known as. So again, first word, didn't know. Second set of words, it did. I go to ChatGPT. What is Unbound? Unbound can mean a few different things depending on the context. So let me give you the straight answer first, then we'll narrow it down together. And again, it was like, nope. But then I did Unbound event. It says Unbound is HubSpot's flagship business conference. It's the evolution of what used to be called inbound. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting in a world where SEO and AEO are these things that are of importance. But when we did this brand shift, what happens to the equity of inbound? And I go back to being the marketer in the room. Does this mean that the inbound blog should go back and rewrite history like Bluebeam did, like Sidekick decided to, so that they can start to rank their historical inbound articles to unbound articles and right the ship or fix? Or Max and Chad, is this not a big deal? And I'm just making crap up that I shouldn't even be worried about.
I don't think you should be worried about it.
No. Really?
We're good. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Well, you're aware that Bluebeam is a construction management software, right, George? Like it's construction software.
I thought it was a government conspiracy about aliens.
Wait, what?
Bluebeam has nothing to do with HubSpot at all. It's a construction platform. They didn't rewrite nothing. They actually have a conference called Unbound.
Oh my gosh. No.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So this makes it even worse.
Because it's from my former industry. So when you said Bluebeam, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Oh, no. They have a conference called Unbound?
Bro.
Yeah, they do.
Wait. Look at their logo.
No.
Look at the Unbound logo. It literally copied like the inbound logo.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. It's Unbound 2026? No.
Oh, man.
Whoopsie.
Like, can I just?
No.
Okay, so now we have competing conferences with the name.
What are we doing?
There's some branding. Again, please Please do not cancel my ticket. Please realize that I'm not, I love you.
Please.
I love the team. I love the event. But like all of a
Please
sudden
don't register for the wrong event, guys. These construction dudes are going to be pissed when they show up on Unbound.
Why is there skyscrapers on here?
Now, listen.
Why is everything orange? What's going on?
This is why I said put a stake in the ground for TM trademarked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh. What happens on the other side of this if you have trademarked Unbound and you're the people that have been using Unbound but never trademarked it? So there's some complexities that are around this, that while it's great that the name is changed, it's great that the event's going to be awesome. As a business owner, as a marketer, I go, but, and I think there's some lessons in there for anybody who's thinking about naming, renaming, SEO, AEO, strategy. Yes, Max.
Can you screen share and bring up this website real quick?
Which website?
The Unbound one from Bluebeam.
So good.
The
I need you to
Unbound
look at their
conference
logo. I need you to look at their logo.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not the same though. The U doesn't have the cut.
I know, but it's like but it's almost the same font.
Well, first of all, it is very much. Hang on, let me share the screen. It is very much the Inbound
like
font, without a doubt.
They did that cutout end thing before, didn't they?
I don't think I've ever seen that. So it is definitely the same font. And so if we, again, no trademark on there.
Maybe not. Maybe they didn't. I can't find it. Good goodness.
Oh,
did we just find this and we didn't search this before? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I didn't.
George, I thought you were kind of thinking that they were rebranding their historical data, right?
Well, I thought that Bluebeam was like an inbound agency that was optimizing their historical information about inbound.
Oh no!
I didn't realize the depth of whoopsie that was happening. And so we've got Unbound Gravel, we've got an Unbound event that isn't Unbound, we've got Unbound that's trademarked. We've got a lot of change and a lot of things where I go, man, what the what? Now,
well, when you think about, though, anybody who actually wants to go to HubSpot Inbound, they're probably going to type in HubSpot event or HubSpot Inbound until you know what I'm saying. So then that should get us there, most likely.
So
right?
if I type HubSpot event, Unbound 2026 comes up first.
Yeah, and then probably a lot of the old HubSpot stuff.
Use marketing events, HubSpot events. It's literally like custom events and marketing events, right? Got it. But Inbound does come up first. And if I go Inbound,
HubSpot Inbound
event, Unbound 26 sponsored, Unbound first, Inbound 2026 is actually a page title still, which is interesting. And then Inbound in the community, all of the extra Inbound events you need to know about, Inbound 2026. So that's interesting. There are still some pages on Unbound that have like the Inbound titles and whatnot. So again, I go back to being the marketer room. Should Unbound go through their historical blog and uninbound it to get some SEO juice flowing? Like
uninbound it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, now I just laid that on your laps.
2 layers deep on Inception right now.
I just laid that on your laps, gentlemen.
Well, at least this Bluebeam thing is the Unbound 2026 World Tour. All right.
Oh, okay.
So it's different.
Oh,
okay.
We're different.
It's different. Yeah, we're different. We're built differently.
Built different.
Wow.
Built different.
Okay.
All right.
So let's close the show with let's just hang up right now. No, what's the one thing out of this episode that you would want to leave people with, whether it be about kind of the chaos that I waited for the last 10 to 12 minutes to bring up, or whether it be about the event itself or the change of the event? Like, what's the one thing, Max, Chad, and of course me, that are you using a paper cutter over there?
No, I'm trying to get the. Shut up! Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
All right. What's the one thing that you want to leave the audience with today before we get out of here?
How about I go since Max?
Sick.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, how about I go since Max is preoccupied with whatever he's doing over there?
Go ahead.
I mean, I think you already know what I'm going to say is that, home is what you make it, right? Like, yeah, it's inbound is what you make it. Unbound is what you make it. You go to the conference with your own intentions, your own goals, and make goals for yourself. Like, don't just go with no plan. I mean, you have to have room and don't go with a rigid plan either, right? Like, you have to have room in your plan for the whatever happens wow moments of meeting awesome HubSpot people at the event. And you also have to make a plan and intentionally go do things, right? But the event is what you make it. And so we'll talk about, your Unbound strategy at some point before the conference, I'm sure. And so we'll give you as many tips and tricks as we can, especially for anybody new. Definitely hop into that episode, because that'll be worth your time, especially if it's, your first time dealing with the registration and the line, got to show up 5 minutes early shenanigans and all the things. Hold
it for a second, Max. Hold it for a second. So we'll definitely be doing an episode, like a survival guide episode. Again, things from all of our brains, not just the 7 tips from the article we wrote, or the 41, I think, in the survival guide that we built that you can go download on psychicstrategies.com. But Max, what is your one thing?
It's still inbound.
No,
the name's no. But what am I saying when I say that?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's still going to be awesome, right?
Okay.
It's still going to be the centerpiece of this entire community.
Yeah.
It's still going to be, it's going to be an awesome event. All right.
Your homies are still going to be there.
Right. Your homies are still there. All right. The vowels may have changed. Right. But the people haven't. The experience, I mean, I'm sure the experience is going to be better, just like it is every single year. It's going to be rad. It's going to be awesome. Don't dwell on the name change like I am. Let me process it. I'm processing. We can all process, right? I'm excited, man. It's going to be dope.
Yeah. My one thing is, listen, in life, things are going to happen. And you've got to roll with the punches. And the sooner we can learn to be transition specialists or pivot specialists, especially in this world of AI, in this world of marketing and sales and services forever changing, this is just a great example to look at and go, look, they transitioned when they need to transition. And now it's going to be a new awesome, a new era, a new thing. And maybe down the road, I'll be able to say I've spoken at Unbound for XYZ years. We'll see. Stay tuned. But we will have more episodes where we talk about Unbound speakers. We'll talk about Unbound strategies. But until then, make sure you're being a happy, helpful, humble human. And of course, we'll see you in the next episode of the Hub Heroes Podcast. Okay, Hub Heroes, we've reached the end of another episode. Will Lord Lack continue to loom over the community, or will we be able to defeat him in the next episode of the Hub Heroes Podcast? Make sure you tune in and find out in the next episode. Make sure you head over to thehubheroes.com to get the latest episodes and become part of the League of Heroes. FYI, if you're part of the League of Heroes, you'll get the show notes right in your inbox, and they come with some hidden power-up potential as well. Make sure you share this podcast with a friend, leave a review if you like what you're listening to, and use the hashtag HubHeroes Podcast on any of the socials, and let us know what strategy conversation you'd like to listen into next. Until next time, when we meet and combine our forces, remember to be a happy, helpful, humble human, and of course, always be looking for a way to be someone's hero.